growing up in high school, everyone always asks you, like, what are you going to go to college for? Do you know what you want to do for the rest of your life? And when I was growing up through junior high and high school, my first thought was I was going to be a chef. I loved watching cooking shows when I was younger. The one day I was talking with my mom and she said, that's not a good career to go to. You should probably change. Was thinking about it and I was throwing around like math stuff because I'm good with math. I was thought, well, maybe accounting or maybe like business, but I didn't want to sit at a desk for 8 hours a day with no communication with other people. So I went to the junior high school. My guidance counselor had told me that there was a 6th grade student who needed help in math, and I was going to go down one day and tutor him and help him out. And after I was done tutoring him, Mrs. Lane was like, so what are you going to go to college for? We started talking about like after high school plans. And I said, I don't know right now. I'm throwing around some ideas. And she said that I would be a really good fit for education. She said, you're good with math, you're good with kids, you would be a good middle school teacher. So I thought about it and kind of mulled it over for a week or two. Talked to my parents about it, and Mom said, yeah, that's a good profession. Like, you're going to be able to retire. Granted, they don't make a lot of money, but the work that you do while you're teaching is more rewarding than the money would be. So I thought about it. So then I decided I was going to go for middle school education, and I was going to have a double major with special education because I had worked with people with disabilities all my life at a developmental center back home. So I was looking around at schools. I applied to 4 different schools. 3 were in Ohio and 1 was down in Kentucky. And I applied to Heidelberg before I even visited and got accepted. So I was like, okay, since I'm accepted, I should probably go visit. So I came and fell in love with campus. I fell in love with the historic buildings. I fell in love with just the layout of campus itself, the way it looked at wintertime with the snow and the pillars, and I fell in love with the feeling that I got. This felt like home. By the time graduation came around, I had committed to Heidelberg. My parents had originally said no because of how much money this was going to cost. They said that depending on how much scholarship money I got, we might have to go to Plan B school because they weren't sure if I would be able to afford it in general. I ended up getting a lot of scholarship money and a lot of grant money, so I was okay. Throughout the 3 years that I've been at Heidelberg, I've gone through a lot of struggles. I've dealt with not passing my test. I've dealt with rough classes that I had been expecting to be easy. I think I've learned a lot about myself, and I've learned a lot about what I want to do when I graduate. Heidelberg is home to me. I've fallen in love with campus. I love everybody on campus. This is my home.